Hi. Hey everybody, it's Leo Orleans. And this is my 3 weeks on tea update video. So I just wanted to start by saying that I'm going to put a pause on calling this my two-spirit journey for the moment, because even though I identify as indigenous descent, I did not grow up in my specific or a specific tribal affiliation. And for folks who are two-spirit, which actually is an umbrella term, because for two-spirit people, it's kind of can be maybe translated into like a westernized idea of like the LGBTQ. I don't know all the letters, to be honest, agender and intersex. I just don't want to exclude anybody, but I also don't want to add extra people who are just trying to get in where it doesn't make sense. Ecosexuals, okay? No. Pedophiles, no. You don't get to be a part of us. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, what am I talking about? So, for folks who are two-spirit, it's most likely that in their tribe or their nation that they have a more specific name and also specific role within their community that's very particular to their own culture, nation. So because I don't have that affiliation or those defined roles, I'm going to refrain from referring to myself as two-spirit, even though I do believe that in my family that my role would be to explicitly continue this tradition as a part of who we are, because my family has been Christianized. So we don't include to be like queer or trans or even two-spirit would is a deviation from Christianity. We were Catholic, but there's not any room for LGBTQ or even two-spirit people within the Christianized family. So I would say my role in my family, or that if I was referring to myself as two-spirit in my family, it's to hold that role and carry it. But I'm going to just refrain from now until I, go talk to my elders, and then they can tell me it's okay, and then, or not, and then I can go from there. So just wanted to start off with that, and then get into these 3 weeks on tea update. So yeah, I have been watching a lot of trans and non-binary folks who are doing hormone replacement therapy using testosterone. So I've really noticed that for a lot of those folks, trans guys and non-binary folks, that the changes, especially voice, really start to become noticeable and visible around 4 months. So I think straight out the gate I was like, oh, I think my voice is dropping, and well, look at my beard 1 week on tea, and look at my mustache. So I do think that my body has kind of going what's this? What's going on here? A little bit, but let me just be real. I haven't seen that many profound changes in my voice with any of the hair that I already have on my body, Um, but I just feel like everything's kind of a little kind of going like, so um, I wanted to talk about stuff that's like not really as visible this time around mostly. Like I do feel like, my muscles are kind of like I'm getting more energy. Like I have a little bit more energy. My mood feels a little bit more stable. Like I'm going through some really high stress shit in my life already right now. So um it's hard to um really, like, my mood is just kind of in a sensitive place. So um a lot of folks taking testosterone um say that they can't cry for like the first couple months at least. So I cry a lot, and like the first day I got my teen injection, I cried. I actually cried today, and like that's the first time I've cried since the first day. So I do think that it's just kind of regulating my mood a little bit and making me a little bit more like stable emotionally. Um Especially like in light of like all this like stress that I'm going through, it kind of just feels like I'm a little bit less like about it, and kind of just more like okay. um so yeah, let's talk about bottom stuff, okay? Like, trigger warning. I just feel like my body is my body, so I hope that I don't like say anything that like horribly offends anyone, but I'm just going to talk about it how I'm going to talk about it, and give you a chance to um, click away if you don't want to be triggered by what I may say about my body. But yeah, so I do. So actually, also the day that I started tea, like I also had to ask the clinician about a yeast infection that I was having. So I was just really bummed out about my whole area, and so I wasn't really like that excited about libido stuff and like bottom growth stuff when I first started, because I was just going through some other hell with that in general. And like it doesn't have anything to do with dysphoria. Like anybody who goes through that, whether they're cis or trans or something else, it sucks. So I cried and I was not happy, and on top of all the other stuff. So anyways, couple weeks later, oh yeah, so the other thing about my thing, like, actually, okay, so like my whole private area, I call it my thing, and I also call it my quincom, which is the word. It's a goblin word that I made up. My quincom. So yeah, my quincom, my thing, and the part that grows is usually referred to as a clit, or for trans guys, I've heard them call it a lot of times like a dink or a T-dick. So basically, your clit or your baby dick or your T-dick or your dink or your thing, it will enlarge with testosterone. So my thing is actually like so it's it's like literally like there's nothing there. It's like inverted. Okay, like look under the hood and you're like, hello, is anyone home? And okay, but all I have to say about that is like, it's like, just imagine all of those like nerve endings, like they're even like more compact. Anyway, it works just fine, but I have noticed that like it's definitely getting like aroused and like It's weird to say it's growing because it literally goes like in. I mean, it's already hidden, but it's like you're like, is that another hole? Like, what is going on there? Like, I'm not upset about it because we're, I don't have any problems with it. It works great, but so yeah, I think I definitely feel like it's um maybe popping up, it's growing a little or something, but it's definitely like a little bit more sensitive there, and I do feel a little bit more of that horniness coming in, and so yeah, so I rubbed off a couple of good ones. Sorry to be vulgar, but it just reminds me of like being young again. So my old ass. So yeah, so now it's good. It's like I like it. My energy, I do have like a little bit more energy. But I have like really bad body pain, so now my body is like, yo, you need to stretch. So yeah, maybe like a little heightened sensitivity to like what's going on actually with my body. Um, it's like fucking hurts. I need to stretch. If anyone can get me into the habit of doing regular exercise, please message me. Help me. I'm crunchy. Um, so I think that's basically everything I wanted to go over today, and I'm already at 12 minutes, so it's time to go. Um, but yeah, I don't really know how to get out there. I'm doing this somewhat for myself, and I I actually would be real. Like I'd love to share this experience with others, and just communicate with others about this journey. So yeah, Leo Orleans. Actually, I'm on TikTok. I go by the trans Blaxican. So um, that that really works well for me. And oh yeah, okay. So this is my voice. 3 weeks on testosterone. I am not a woman. I am not a man. I am something you could never understand. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I'm coming out. I'm going to let it show. So that's it. I'll see you all next week. Peace.